go.
All right, let's clap it up.
Yeah.
Welcome to episode 81 of the Five-A-Side podcast. Today we have a very special guest. If you would like to introduce yourself.
What's up, everybody? I'm Samantha Rosette. I'm a professional player for Brooklyn FC.
Woo!
Yes, sir.
Clap it up. We got local Brooklyn FC in the building and our first ever woman baller on the podcast.
Yes,
For real?
So you are an absolute.
Let's get it.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Legendary moment, first of many, and we'll definitely look to have you back on. Josh got the Bkfc drip on
shout
too.
out Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Right, look at that.
Shout out Sam for being here, man.
Facts. And we did the season ticket launch video.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you guys already gang, you know, so just first of many things. And today you are joined by the rest of the crew as always. So we got right here
Josh.
Gabriel.
Kendrick.
All right. So we're going to start off with our question of the week before we get into, learning more about you. So what I have here, y'all already know what it is, man. Saratoga
Sadly.
sparkling water, which was already my favorite drink before this
This is
whole
LeBron,
mess.
bro. This is when LeBron's like,
I'm so dead ass. I'm
right.
super dead ass, bro.
right.
So
I already
Ashton
been on
Holmes been
this.
going viral for his alleged morning routine. So I'm going to ask y'all a very simple question. What footballer do you think is most likely to follow this morning routine?
Wait, explain the morning routine, though.
So the morning routine starts off with a whole lot of things. We got mouth tape, we got nose guards, we got sitting on the balcony, waking up at 4 a.m., wiping your face with banana peels. But the most iconic piece is pouring out some Saratoga sparkling water, filling it with a bowl of ice as well, and then dunking your head in it. All before about 4:30 a.m. Before you get into a whole bunch of other stuff as well, including jumping in the air for 4 minutes straight while jumping in a pool.
Have y'all ever actually done the like ice water in the morning thing
Yeah.
No,
on your face?
I can't
Yeah,
say
for
I
sure.
have.
And I've done the cold shower thing too.
Oh,
This
cold
is
showers.
this is his morning
Nah, but like,
routine.
what,
No.
Y'all know I put him on, bro.
This is his trend.
Yeah, y'all didn't know, bro. I'm his agent. I'm trying to puch the brand now.
what is it supposed to do though? The ice water.
It just, it wakes you up.
Inflammation.
I know you've done it, bro. You're lying.
Nah.
It definitely wakes you up because it's a
So
legitimate.
that's wasted ice.
It's a legitimate.
That part.
Bro, ice is free.
Ice is as free as water is.
Yeah. Nah, but it's a legit jolt to your nervous system. That's the same thing with a cold shower too. It is.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Nah.
So
I've done cold showers before.
cold showers are good.
Ice baths. But
Yeah.
not ice to the face.
Don't get me started on
face is
ice
crazy.
bath.
Yeah, no.
It's also not like very braid friendly. Like, you have to kind of protect it and everything. It's a fact. But I would say Cristiano Ronaldo is the easy
That's
answer. I feel
easy.
like he invented this routine
For sure.
for
yeah.
sure. I don't know anyone else y'all think would. And we got to see which one of your teammates you think is most likely to do this.
Teammates, I'm gonna go Kelsey Hill.
Okay. Why Kelsey?
She's so into her recovery. Like she's got a whole sauna, a whole cold tub in her apartment.
In her apartment?
Yeah.
Serious. Never get an injury.
No,
That's
she's
good.
serious about her recovery. So if anyone's gonna do it, it's her.
I love it.
That's
it.
kind of tough.
Y'all got any other picks? Any other players?
I'm trying to think of like who
whose
seems like they're
brand?
obsessive. Yeah, whose brand is
Whose
like
brand
the
is that?
obsessive
Like-
self-care.
No.
Nah, I don't get
He's
that.
trying to be
from-
like Ronaldo though.
It's true. He would.
but he
But he wouldn't post it. He wouldn't
Yeah,
post
that's
it.
the
He
thing.
wouldn't
You're more
post
so
it.
asking who would post about it or who would bring
Do
light
it and
to
post it.
Yeah, a lot of people would do it at that level, but in terms of making it like, oh, this is what I do.
Cristiano's number one, bro.
I could see
think for
easily.
sure.
I could see like a Luka Modric, just because he's like, just because he's been around for so long.
Yeah, this is my
and he's
secret.
preserved his like young, like
That's fair. He's almost 40.
I don't
Yeah.
know, just his youth on the pitch. I
Yeah.
could see it being like, in order to do that, he actually has to wake up mad, and he just gives like uncle vibes, like.
Okay.
You know your uncle or your pops who just wakes up at like 3 a.m. every day and is like has a full like morning before he even gets up.
I don't got no uncles
Y'all
like
people
that,
not
bro.
like that?
No, my
I don't know
father's
uncles
that.
like
Yeah,
that.
mine too. My dad, like
Like
when I
that
was
intense?
younger,
I'm going to be. That's my career arc.
Yeah, definitely.
I guess Josh for sure. Most likely in here.
My dad, like when I was younger, it would be like 4 or 5 a.m. He's like already on the computer, like YouTubing like random things, and I'm like scratching dirt out my eyes, mad tired. He's like, he already had a cup of coffee. He like sent emails.
Wow.
He like went for a walk.
He's trying to take care of you. He's trying to take
I
care
will
of you.
say-
Yeah, maybe.
My mom gets
It's
up
possible.
mad early, like late for her is like 7 a.m.
Yeah.
But there's no crazy routine. She just be vibing, doing things around the house, whatever.
You know who I think would do it is
Who?
Zinedine Zidane back in his day.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I could see that for sure.
that.
Like that could have been the secret.
He
to, like,
definitely did that the
Yeah.
morning of the headbutt. Like that's a fact, bro. He
Has
was ready
to
for
be.
war.
Has to be.
That was the one day he didn't do it.
You know what I mean? He wasn't
His
calm,
routine
bro.
was fucked up. His routine was fucked
I
up.
can see Sergio Ramos.
Oh,
I was about to say
easily.
And he be posting his shit too.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, like before he got signed to Monterrey, he was posting a lot of like his workout things and like, damn, I go a little washed up, but that's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, hilarious. Shout out Saratoga Spring Water, man. Sponsor us too.
Yeah,
we'll do all
facts.
types of challenges for it. You feel me?
I don't know about challenges, but we'll drink it.
I'm crying.
We'll drink it. We'll throw a Saratoga party.
Why not?
Everybody drive a boat with
I
the
love it.
Saratoga.
Shit, dude,
I like
you're
it, bro.
stupid.
Safer that
Look
way,
at-
right?
look at it.
Look, you hydrated.
No way.
jokes.
I'm weak. I'm weak.
Alright.
Is there anything within, I guess we're talking about just like routines, bring it to even like pre-match routines and whatnot. Is there anything that like you hold to yourself, like maybe superstitiously or you enjoy doing, getting ready for training, matches?
And pre-match music too. Got to know that.
Yeah, facts.
I'm a big meditation girl.
Fire.
So every morning of a game, like first thing I do when I wake up is like my morning like stretches, mobility, and then like a really good like breath work and meditation.
Cool.
Like just to start the day, make sure my head is right. And then I'll do like a pregame meditation once we get in the locker room and we're all that. But once like we're into like listening to music, I'm J. Cole all day.
Okay.
I'll bump his
Fire.
whole album. Like
Oh, wow,
like just
really?
front to back.
Sure.
Yeah.
The old to the new, like his whole discography,
I'll choose an album for the day and just
Okay.
like bump it.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's fire.
Wow.
That's definitely in the zone moment.
Yeah.
How did you like get into meditation and all that?
Therapy,
Yeah.
if I'm
Fire.
honest.
Yeah.
It
I
was
love
just-
meditation too. That should change my life for
Yo,
sure.
Same.
for real.
Yeah.
For real. And like I really do notice a difference in like my ability to handle stress, like on the pitch, off the pitch, like also like to be a leader in the locker room, like in your group. It's so important to be able to like keep that level head and like also see things from a big picture, which I think meditation does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's real.
Keep you calm when the wingers running full speed
Right,
at you. Like,
right.
yo, we gotta
I'm like-
protect this lead.
Nah,
That's
fair.
fire.
But yeah, I don't know if y'all want to like go back a little bit. I would love to just hear about like how you got into soccer
Sure.
in the first place. Kind of like start from the beginning of your journey, whatever that means to you.
The beginning of my journey.
Yeah.
Damn. All right.
Yeah.
When's your
Even if
birthday?
it's like
No,
not.
That's
Yeah.
how I was born. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
So I grew up in the Bronx here in New York City.
BX, you heard?
Yep. Shout out. And I just started playing in like a little after school program. Like all my friends were doing it. And so I just joined one day and I immediately loved it. Quickly became like obsessed. Like it was like all I wanted to do. I wanted all the kits, everything. Played club here in the city until I was about 11. And then they didn't really have any like high level opportunities for girls. When I was growing up, I'm 27 right now. So think like all the way back then. They didn't really have high level clubs for girls growing up. So I had to go out to Jersey, which was like a big hub for girls soccer at the time. I started playing for a club team out there and it was a good experience. Got recruited to play D1. I played at University of Virginia for
Fire.
my first 3 years.
Fire.
And then I graduated in 3 and did my master's for 2 at Villanova University. I also
Congrats.
played there.
She's smart.
Fire.
OD.
No, we don't get paid
Education.
enough as
Yeah.
women's footballers, so we have
That's
to
a
get that
fact.
education.
Yeah, of
We'll
course.
touch on
That's
that,
real.
man. It's real.
And the UVA, did you know like Raheem and Lucas and that whole crew? I
Yes.
say because when you said the age bracket UVA, I'm like, oh, we know a lot of people from there actually.
Yeah,
Okay.
Raheem and Lucas were actually my year. So I
Wow.
remember we all got there like first like summer school session and we were
Yeah.
all freshmen, first years is what we called it
Yeah,
there.
Yeah.
And we showed up at the dorms and we were like, yo, like we had never seen anything like this. Like
Yeah.
and it was so fun that first summer school session. Like men's and women's soccer were also like this,
Oh,
like
yeah.
super
Yeah.
tight. So I got to know them very well.
That's,
That's what's
fire.
up.
And
But
how's the transition into professional? Like, what was that whole journey once you were, going from college to that?
So in the women's game, typically what we do is we play on these like semi-pro summer league teams. So I was playing for, at the time it was the Gotham Reserves. Now it's called Dusk Women. And I like got my agent and everything, and I was playing for them, and then got a call to go play for a team in Kazakhstan.
Oh, wow.
called
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was a Champions League club. So they
Yeah.
basically like what happens is they call like a bunch of foreigners for like a super short contract. You go play Champions League and then you dip.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so I went and I did that. I was there for about 4 months, and that was my first professional contract.
Wow.
Got to play in the first round of Champions League, which was incredible.
That's
like my first professional
crazy.
match was a Champions League game, and I was like, yo,
That's OD.
Clap it up for that.
Nah,
How to get to the
that's
champion.
crazy.
That's
Nah.
who'd you play against?
Slavic. It was like a random team.
Yeah.
like I don't even know.
That's crazy though.
But it was super fun and like
Yeah.
just like that rush, you know, of like I've been
course.
dreaming of this my whole life, and now I get to do it. And it was filmed, and like my parents got to watch the
Oh,
whole
that's so
thing. So,
amazing.
that was cool. And then after that contract, I went to another kind of similar type of club in Lithuania called FC Gintra. Basically, it's like a Champions League club, but the
Yeah.
Lithuanian league was slightly more competitive than the Kazakh league. But again, it was just like a foot in the door type thing. And I played there for 9 months. And that was, again, like interesting. Like the level's not super competitive week in, week out, but then you play Champions League in the summer. So it's like kind of weighing your options.
Yeah.
And so once that contract ended, I was like, I need like a more competitive week in, week out environment to be able to grow my game as a person, as a player. So I was like determined. I was like, I'm only going to go for the top 5 countries, like in women's soccer, it's Spain, France, Australia, the US, and England.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm only going to go to one of them. And so kind of in that, I also had like some difficulties with agents and stuff. And so I got actually ghosted by an agent, which is crazy.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's not
People don't
uncommon.
know about those type of like, yeah, bro. You got through it though.
Yeah. And then I went to RCSA in France, where I stayed
Okay.
for a year. It was an incredible year. We promoted. We were in Division 2 at the time. We won the league, promoted to D1 Arkema.
Fire.
And yeah, and then I got the call for Brooklyn. Here I am.
That's
Sheesh.
incredible.
Globetrotter.
Yeah. I was gonna say, just from like a human life cultural perspective, how was it living in all those different countries? You know,
Yeah.
compared to obviously growing up here.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. I do think living in New York and growing up in New York like prepared me for that,
gonna
because
say,
it's like
yeah.
it's the most diverse city in the whole world. Like
Yeah.
so I love being around people from different cultures and different languages and stuff. But like being in it and having a language barrier and like eating all these different foods you've never even heard of before in your life, it's crazy. And it's like that's the best part of the experience for me, is like that immersion.
What was it like playing with teammates who like didn't speak the same language?
You know, it's
I never had that experience.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Most people haven't had that
Yeah.
experience.
It's honestly fun. Like you realize, because you have to connect, right?
Yeah.
Like your teammates, but you realize that like it's really not that hard to find common ground. And I found that you like kind of revert back to like friendships as like a little kid. So it's
Yeah,
like
that's true.
you just kind of like show up at practice and you like try to meg each other and you like juggle the ball together, and then it's like you're friends now.
Yeah,
You know?
right.
it's
That's
kind of
true.
cute.
Nah,
Yeah.
for sure, man.
Damn. I have like mad questions.
Yeah.
I mean-
what was Kazakhstan? What was that?
I was
Like,
gonna say, yeah.
I don't even I
don't
don't
know
know a
much.
single thing about Kazakhstan.
They have a blue flag, light blue flag.
Yeah,
like
light blue
where
flag with a
like
little
where is
yellow.
it?
Yellow.
Where is it?
Near
like
Russia?
what was it like?
Is it near Russia,
Like, I
kinda?
definitely want to hear more
Okay,
about
I
that
know a little
experience.
bit.
No, you got your geography up. So it's right below Russia. It was a part of the Soviet Union until like 1998. So like it's
Damn.
connected to it.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of like post-Soviet vibes.
Oh.
It also like the main language there was Russian,
Okay.
which I didn't know a lick of,
Yeah.
obviously. And so it was just like a completely different world. Like I had never been anywhere like that. It also is like very desert-esque. And where I was
really?
living was in Shymkent, so the southmost city. And like pretty much it's like just on the coast, like on the border of Turkmenistan and Uzbekistan. So like getting close to like that Middle East area. So like if you think like climate like that, it's like mountains and desert. Like
Wow.
that.
Sheesh.
And like coming from like the concrete jungle, like I had
Yeah.
never experienced that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I was
you-
gonna ask, how was like fitness food differ by country? Because you think of like the traditional American, like the lean protein with the broccoli and everything. How did that go?
No.
Like, what was your diet
That's
like?
a good question.
Yo,
Because she's an athlete. She's not just eating the proteins or whatever. Like, you know what I mean?
No, like the way I got there, and I
Pierogies
thought
is
I was
from
gonna
there, bro.
die. Like I thought I was gonna pass away when I first
Really?
arrived, because I showed up there and I had been like plant-based for a minute.
Oh,
And so I showed up and it's like meat and potatoes there. And I was like, I walked in and I tried to tell someone that I was like plant-based or like vegan or whatever.
It's
They
clip.
were like, mm-mm. And I was like, okay. So I'm gonna eat this slab of meat and this like yogurt and whatever like that has, I swear, came straight out of the cow's udder. Like it was
It's fresh.
crazy.
That's that real dairy out there.
fresh.
Yo, for real.
Fresh.
Like, we for real saw cows walking on the roads, like
The
just
road
in
is
the
nuts.
streets. Like the
Wow.
car and the cow were like this.
Yeah.
And then
like,
you
they're
ate
the
it the
same.
next day.
Probably.
That's
like,
crazy.
No, it
That's
was
crazy.
We gotta play Champions League, bro. Whatever it takes, man. You are like,
And that's the mindset.
yeah.
On your first contract, that's for
Word.
sure the mindset.
And then France, how was it with the diet?
Wait,
there?
Lithuania too.
Oh, Lithuania too. Yeah, Lithuania. Then
We
France.
got it.
Yeah,
go
the steps.
by
The steps.
Lithuania and Kazakhstan were similar,
Okay.
like food-wise, culture-wise, because
Okay.
Lithuania is also post-Soviet.
Okay.
So the kind of mentality of people was very similar.
Yeah.
I will say it was like very different mentality wise in terms of like seeing that women play football. Also seeing people of color was completely foreign to them
In Lithuania.
in Lithuania
Okay.
and in Kazakhstan.
Oh, both. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that was like a very big cultural shock. But yeah, I think food wise it was very similar.
Got you.
France was amazing.
Yeah, we go. Yeah, France is dope.
Yeah, it was incredible. I lived in a city called Strasbourg.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
learned French. The food was incredible. And the people, I was the only American on my team.
Okay.
As opposed to on the previous teams, there were like mad Americans.
Oh, really?
It's just kind of more like, it's kind of more of a stepping stone in. Whereas like
Yeah.
when you get to those higher level countries, there's just less of them.
Mhm.
And so when I was there, I was like, okay, adapt or die. Like I have to learn French to be able to connect with my teammates. And I'm going to be here for a year. And like, I want to connect with my teammates. So I was like, I'm gonna learn. So I jumped 2 feet in, had a tutor like 4 times a week. And I was
Fire.
like, bet.
That's fun, man. That's fun. What was the difference in football from like Lithuania to Kazakhstan, France? How do they express themselves on the pitch?
I love that question.
Yeah.
I think in Kazakhstan and Lithuania, honestly, like it's still a developing women's football country.
Okay.
So they want to play with the ball. They want to have like a possession style, but they're not as technical as in France. In France, it's a established ticky-tacky.
It's on the floor. You just keep it on the floor.
You keep if the ball's in the air, the coach is like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
It's funny.
But I loved the style of football that we played in France, and we played a 3-4-3 as well. So like that tells you everything that you need to know about how we wanted to keep the ball.
Okay.
Yeah.
interesting.
Like it was literally just bum 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 bum, like so
Yeah.
nice.
Got the diamond shape. Yeah.
Yeah,
Was it
exactly.
a lot more overloads in the midfield?
Yeah,
Mm.
it was really fun.
That's
It was really
cool.
fun.
Where did you play in that position?
I was a
'Cause you're a
left.
defender.
I was a left wing back.
I was about
wing
to
back.
say,
Okay,
that's
so
a
you was
lot.
running
That's
for
a
real.
lot.
Oh, for real.
You was running up
No,
and down.
I was
Marcelo.
fit in France.
That's fair.
That's fire.
That's fun, man.
And the oh, go ahead.
Yeah. No. How did you land on that position?
That's where they told me to play.
What age did that? Because I hear a lot of people what their position is as a professional is very different than the youth days. When obviously sometimes they're just the most talented, so they're automatically up top scoring a bunch of goals. Then they slowly kind of retreat back. When was the shift from that position to you being defender, or were you a defender the whole time?
No, I was a striker
See?
for a minute. Yeah, you know what's
Yeah.
going on. I was a striker for a minute until I was in college. I played like winger and like outside, like a 7-Eleven type.
Yeah.
In college at UVA, and then when I got to Villanova, he was like, my coach at the time, he was like, no, we can start to move you back. I think you'll see the game better. Like
Yeah.
you're composed, like that sort of thing. So then I started moving to like a wing back position because he wanted to play in a 3-back. And then when I started playing with Gotham Reserves, they were like, you're a fullback. And I was like, okay. And I thought I was going to hate it because I love being in front of goal. I love
Okay.
being creative. I'm a very attacking minded player.
Yeah.
But I love seeing the game like in front of me. So I enjoyed playing fullback. Now with Brooklyn, I'm like very much interchanged between a fullback position and a 7-Eleven or a wingback position. So I just kind of, as long as I'm on the wing, it's all good.
That's fair. That's fair, man.
Would you rather get a big stop or score a goal?
Score a goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you still got it in you.
Yeah,
Childhood.
It's still in the core.
Word.
Hey, man.
What about y'all?
That's
How do I
fun.
not know y'all's position?
You should guess our position. That's
Yeah,
what we usually have
facts.
guests do.
Big shout out to EA Sports FC for sending us some amazing kits. We have a few of the MLS 2025 season kits. We're extremely excited for the opportunity to celebrate the launch of the new kits being integrated into EA Sports FC 25 and on FC Mobile. So guys, what are some of your favorite kits?
What I've got on here is the DC United away kit. This one shows love to the city's history of music. So we're talking soul, R&B, funk, Latin music, go-go, and much more, with an absolutely beautiful print designed into it right here. Something that makes it absolutely pop on the subtle cream and brown outline. So I really, really like this kit.
One of my favorite ones that I got on right now actually is Atlanta United. They keep it very simple, very classy with the red and black on a kit.
Who are some of the favorite artists that you've seen wearing the Atlanta United kit?
That's a fact. I mean, we could shout people like 21 Savage, Gucci Mane.
Future.
Big Lotto is just out there, you know what I'm saying?
Big Lotto, not the little one.
Not the little one.
What she said, she calls her Big Mama.
Big Mama.
Big
Mama.
Boy, another one who's been doing it. Andre 3000,
Hey.
Outcast. Another one that I love, another away kit is the LA Galaxy away. It's in a
Okay.
beautiful, vibrant purple color that represents dawn. So both the dawn of the sky, but also dawn of a new time. And a beautiful kit that's well deserved for the MLS current champion. So another one of my favorites for sure. And very excited to see it be used in EA Sports FC 25 as well as FC Mobile.
For sure. Those going to shine on the pitch and in the game.
That's a fact. And off the pitch. I mean, it's definitely ones you can style with some streetwear. So
Easy. From the east to the west.
that's a fact. And speaking of east to west,
Hey.
behind us, we got New York City FC's home, as well as the New York Red Bulls away. Two other very vibrant kits for a very vibrant city that we live in. So just it's a whole host of amazing kits that have been dropped. And yeah, once again, cannot wait to see them in the game.
I would probably choose the New York City FC kit to put on my player. My club's player has pink hair, so it'll clash nicely and look well.
One of my other favorite kits that I'm actually not wearing right now is Portland Timbers. On the kit, they actually have a nice pattern of tree rings
Crazy.
showing the longevity not only of the club, but the history of the club as well. You know, similar to how a tree would grow.
100%. And the rings even are specific so that some of them represent the years they won the championship.
Okay, there
Very,
you go.
very cool, man. Shout out,
Alignment. All these teams have Apple TV patch with their team colors found on the jersey as well.
My favorite kit from this entire drop, honestly, I think this is the best one from Adidas. This is a masterpiece right here. First of all, I love a collar on a kit. What I love about this collar too is it's not like overly collarly.
It's got a little pinch on it to
Yeah,
hold it
it's
back.
got a little
Yeah.
pinch on it, so it doesn't seem like too polo-y. It's like semi-casual. It also has this beautiful messaging on the back which says shoulder to shoulder, which is just an ode to like one of their unofficial club slogans, talking about community building, talking about all the partners that help LAFC be what they are. And it's just a beautiful kit. I also love the Adidas, like just the template with the curves on the bottom of the kit that they've been using. I think it really goes well with the colors. And honestly, gold is also a cheat code.
White and gold is such a
White
cheat
and
code.
gold, black and gold. LAFC got blessed with a cheat code. So yeah, this is a very beautiful kit. So thank you so much again to EA Sports FC. Make sure to check out the kits launching on EA Sports FC 25 and on FC Mobile. If you're a fan of the game, now's your opportunity to actually use the kits on your players, on your teams, Ultimate Team.
And of course, you can watch them in-game, watching MLS all season long. It's definitely going to be a very exciting season.
Okay.
This is always like
We love it.
backhanded. It's either gonna be a right.
He's prepared to be insulted. He's prepared to be insulted. Look at
It's
this
either
guy.
gonna be a
Why you
compliment.
stressing? Why you stressing? Yo, why you stressing?
Yeah, it's the pink hat, bro. He's nervous.
It's like, bro, you'll get the position you up.
You know,
Nah, I don't.
He's going to be tight when it's gold.
Nah,
Every position's important, bro.
It's a
It's not
fact.
it.
It's just from
Nobody
what
wanna-
you think.
no one want to be CDM or goalie, though. Yeah.
It depends.
I'll
Not see,
be,
it
I'll
could
be
be hard.
anything. I'll be anything.
Oh, we-
Start with Josh.
Yeah, for sure.
I low key, it's giving winger.
Definitely play wing. I started out as right wing and then 10.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure,
How
for
was
sure.
that transition?
It's interesting because like right wing, I played when people were still trying to drive it down the line and cross it in, and so like it's always 1-2s, getting around, bringing it back in. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm used to playing with the 10. The 10 is fun though. I
Yeah.
prefer the 10. Yeah.
Low key, my friend the other day told me that I would make a good 10.
You should honestly, and the thing is like even the position. I don't know. You're talking about being a wing back. Depending on how like the system is with you working with the defender and the winger coming back and that midfield check-in, 10 is also revolving in the same type of way.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a little different because I don't want to get too like getting too tactical.
No, those are the tactics. I love it.
For real. They just know I like talking tactics, but just the fact that there's a lot of open space behind you at the 10 versus where you are now. That would only be the thing for me. Even me myself, like seeing where I play.
And especially with the inverted wing backs that Guardiola uses,
Yeah.
where like Kyle Walker would come into like a center mid position, so you kind of get those elements too. Yeah.
Those
He's a-
underlaps are on.
He's a what?
He's
He's a coach.
He's a diver though.
A
He's
diver.
Yeah, or at least he was when we played together in high school.
That's
crazy.
crazy.
I don't see you
of
as a
him to
diver, but I
say.
see you as
Yeah.
complaining if you think it's a foul.
No, like he'll like
Oh, like you really dope?
like somebody
really dope?
will somebody
This guy,
will tap
listen to the
him
things
and he'll
that-
like I'll hear him scream. He'll be like,
That's because
"Ah!"
Neymar's his idol, bro. Neymar's his idol.
Bro,
You gotta
listen.
scream.
Would he
Yeah.
pull the foul though?
Did you?
Huh?
Would he pull?
Yeah.
Right, so it worked.
I'm getting
Yeah, it worked.
I got that.
I didn't say it didn't work. I just said he's a diver.
That helped our team.
It was
man.
great for our team.
Bro, he just has slippery cleats. Like he
It was
Oh,
entertaining
yeah.
to watch.
This guy likes seeing. They couldn't keep up. That's what it was.
Talk to him. Talk to him.
feel me. What's Gabe though? What's Gabe?
That was my fault. I was thinking about the one time in New York City footy when the person tried to tackle you.
Which
and
one?
you brushed them off and they went flying.
Oh,
that was crazy.
Y'all
Yeah.
always bring that up.
was-
He really dusted somebody.
Yeah.
It was insane. I wish that was on video.
The thing is, like,
That was bad.
No,
It sounded-
like
it
they
sounded
tried
bad.
the linebacker football
I
tackle
didn't.
and they just bounced off. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah, like,
They bounced
I
off and
heard-
they bounced on the floor.
I
Even in
heard
the gym.
I heard the thud and the reactions, but I didn't look back.
Good. I didn't.
Crazy moment.
You always got to keep playing.
Keep eyes
don't
for
worry
it.
about
It's
it.
true,
Play
it's
to the
true.
whistle.
Nah, funny.
Okay.
Now, what's Gabe's
It's very
position,
funny.
man? What's Gabe playing?
I feel like I'm gonna get this wrong, but it's giving 8.
Oh,
8.
okay.
Like I
By
feel
the
like you
end
could go
of-
box to box.
Yeah, so my high school team was the best when I was a junior. Out of 23 kids, I think we had 18 seniors. So at that point, I was playing like winger, more advanced. And then when all the seniors left and we had the new crop of bullshit players, they're like, now we need you to kind of do everything. So I kind of became an 8.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying? And I actually wore 8 before I could wear 7 on the high school team because the senior had 7.
I never knew that.
Yeah, I had to wear 8.
You're a
until
little
senior year.
Iniesta out there.
Lucky
boy.
number 8.
Yeah.
Type
So,
shit. Sam's 2
it's
for
one of
2.
mine.
Oh.
2 for 2.
But now he's a
But now
defender.
I'm like
he's
a fullback, yeah.
Are you? Okay.
The defender now.
Bro, the last time we
definitely.
played together,
I didn't know. I don't know.
he was
Because
playing
pickup,
left
no one
back.
plays defense, and I'm too
That part.
He was playing left back.
no, I'm too competitive to just
The laugh
allow.
was
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, bro, someone.
No, like somebody has to sit back there
Yeah.
and make sure nobody.
And I also
scores
turned
on
into an 8 because I never got dribbled by in games or in practice. I'm being very
Defender.
serious. Like
Defender.
you're not dribbling by me
you. Period.
because my quick dribbling feet turned into the timing of when to kick the ball away. It's a fact.
Period.
No, it's a fact.
No, and that's
Not
why you
dribbling
make a great
past-
fullback.
Yeah.
I've never
It's
seen someone dribble past.
No, literally though. Actually, it's kind of funny.
I've never
That's
seen
lit.
it.
No, that's
Next
some
time
Van
y'all
Dyke.
play, both of them are just gonna be trying to dribble past you
Of
every
course,
time.
of course, of course. Listen, man, this guy, if you make him, he'll use his arms. That's,
Yeah,
Not getting past me.
yeah.
Okay, I'm nervous because I'm 2 for 2.
He built it up for him, so
It's you're either a 9 or a center back
I knew the center back was coming. I knew the center back was
because you're
coming.
tall. You know.
Oh, I'm tall. Shit. Okay.
yo, Wolf, you heard
You are sitting down. though.
Yeah.
He's sitting down. He ain't tall.
You heard it. You said it live and direct.
I've never heard him be called tall.
Tall
That's
nigga on the
crazy.
pod. Yes, sir. Nah, I played 9 for most of my life.
Did I not eat?
That's the
Yeah,
Turn and
you
shoot.
did. You did. Yeah, definitely just
Bro,
like
Yakubu.
pace
for
and
sure.
power.
Period.
High school was just pace and power.
Nah, he
like,
played winger though as well. I'm not gonna lie.
Pace and power.
But
you
not-
wore,
not
you
as
wore
much.
11. You wore 11. and
yeah,
you went-
but I
yeah,
played at the 9 for most of the time.
It's cool.
Well, you got to be able to interchange a little bit. You can't just stand
Yeah,
up there.
yeah, but
And
It
pickup,
was-
he's definitely on now. We just launch it up,
yeah.
Right, just bop, bop.
go,
Yeah.
turn and shoot.
Period.
I love
Come
it.
on. Sam knows ball.
Yeah,
No,
definitely.
3 for 3. That's
Nah,
kind of
you
crazy.
did really
That's
well.
impressive.
You really
That's
analyzed
impressive.
it. You really
Nah,
analyzed
for real.
it.
She said that I'm on the way and you in the middle.
Yeah.
See
No,
the
and y'all got a
triangle.
full team right
You
here.
know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
True,
Like-
true, true.
And speaking of that, we wanted to ask you if you could put together your GOAT women's 5-a-side team. You get to create a 5-a-side team out of 5 women players, and you can include yourself if you want to be playing with Marta and them. But curious who you would put in a 5-a-side team.
Oh my God, that is such a good question.
Take your time.
Yeah, take your time.
Oof. I'm gonna start. Does it include a goalkeeper?
Oh, that's a good one.
We can do it,
You
yeah.
could.
I'm
You can
gonna
go
include a
goalie.
goal. We got to keep the ball out of the net.
Facts.
In goal, I'm gonna put low key. She has been in and out of the national team more recently. Mandy McGlynn has
Okay.
been eating, and she just hit a dime of an assist in the NWSL. I think it was last week or something
Yeah,
like that. It was
fire.
literally from all the way from the 18 over the top of their defense. It was crazy. It was so nice.
Fire.
So I'm gonna go with her in goal,
Okay.
just to mix things up. I'm gonna go. Oh my god, this is such a hard one.
Even people we may not know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go like people that you probably wouldn't usually pick. I'm gonna
Let's do
go
it.
Mandy Freeman at center back
Okay.
because
That's the
she
homie.
eats.
Yeah,
and
we know her
also-
personally. Yes.
That's the
She
homie.
eats like and steps up every time. Like anytime that I've played like pickup with her, it's just been like 10 out of
Fire.
10. In the midfield, obviously Marta. I'm
Let's
gonna
get
put
it.
The
just sitting in there.
Going crazy.
Yeah, it's too easy to give her that. I'm gonna go Kelly O'Hara
Okay.
as
A
like
dog.
Another
a
goal.
dog
for
who like
real.
we will win if she's on
Yeah.
our squad. Like that's easy. Is that four?
Four, yeah.
So I need a goal scorer. Well, I kind of have one with Marta.
Definitely.
Hey, bro.
Pick another one. Little Wambach maybe.
Whoever.
Little
Which
Alex
two
Morgan.
people you want driving?
Who else up there?
I'm gonna go.
Well, Marta could drive the ball, so.
Martin can do whatever is needed.
Man,
For
I don't know
real.
what you're looking for in your team. That's why.
I want like somebody that's gonna like peck it back for Marta to be able to. So I'm gonna go with. I want someone young also. Who's the
Salma Paruello?
could be, I was
Ballish
thinking
motherfucker.
Linda from Colombia.
Oh, she's incredible.
Yeah.
Shout out
Caicedo.
Real Madrid, my people.
Caicedo, Caicedo.
Linda Caicedo's crazy.
Yeah.
She's a baller.
That's
Yeah,
a
I
good
heard that
shot.
she's.
Period.
Yeah.
Why not?
I love it. That's a crazy squad.
No, that's all
Y'all
over the
winning
place.
whatever.
No, we're all over the place, but we're gonna win.
Yeah.
So fun.
Nah, I absolutely love it. I mean, you spoke about playing in Kazakhstan, Lithuania, France. What about here? How's it been so far?
It's been amazing.
Brand new team and everything.
Yeah, brand new team, brand new league. I think that's like just been a really cool experience to be a part of, like building something from the ground up.
Yeah.
For me, that's something I've always dreamed of. Like growing up in New York City, like there were no professional women's teams here to watch, like in the city proper.
Yeah.
You always had to go to Jersey or whatever to go watch someone. And so for me, like building the first one here, like that's crazy legacy shit.
That's fine.
So it feels really special to be a part of. On the pitch, I mean, first half of the year went crazy. We had a really good start to the season, and now we're in the second half, and we've got some grinding to do. But
Yeah.
the team is amazing. Like the girls that we have as a group, they're just like dogs. And it's funny because we like bark in the locker room, but but they really are dogs, and I
Yeah.
like love playing with every single one of them.
That's fire. That part of the pregame ritual too, the barking?
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
For real,
Y'all
for real.
get amped like that?
Yeah.
I love it.
That's good
fire.
though, man. That's good. How's the experience being? You mentioned being captain, no?
Yes, it's
Hey.
been very, very special. Like just a complete honor, and I think it, like I said, like it means more being from here and
Yeah.
being the first one. But also like with the experience that I've had playing abroad, I think
Okay.
that I bring in this like different kind of perspective, maybe than a captain that maybe is coming from the NWSL or something, which is incredible experience as well. But like I've been through this like kind of like when you're abroad, like the resources and everything that they have for
Okay.
women's football is like
It's different. Yeah,
not
yeah,
great.
yeah.
So being at a startup when you're still figuring things out, you don't know what logistics or like facilities or whatever it's going to look like. Like I've been through that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's, yes, like sometimes there are frustrating moments, but I know that I've been there before. So I think that has been something that has been kind of like comforting for me as a leader to be able to kind of like put that forward with the team.
I mean, even myself, think I'll definitely feel a lot more comfortable, because just being resourceful, advocating for yourself in those type of situations. Oh man, I have another question about just like expression on the pitch as well again. But playing ball in the DMV area, and then obviously growing up playing in New York, what are the differences there?
Growing up playing in New York versus playing abroad.
Oh no, Virginia.
Oh, at Virginia.
Yeah, I don't know if you play like other like DMV schools heavy or just like a lot of circuits around there, so you just saw the type of ball. But I've heard that there's differences
Were
in
you-
terms of the East Coast.
Yeah, were you ACC?
Yeah, we
ACC,
were
okay.
ACC.
Got you.
I would say, I mean, the flair is the difference. Like, I think, because I grew up like first touches on the ball is all pickup. So I like grew up learning the game like in Van Cortlandt Park. And so like I knew and loved that flair, that like ticky-tacky kind of style of football. And when you get to the college game in the US, it's really not like that.
They need to
That's
fix
what I
up,
hear.
man.
I hear it's mad just athletic based.
It's really, really athletic. And that's like, again, like it works for the US. And I think that the US game and like in the US in general is shifting towards a more technical style now, which is awesome. But yeah, I think at Virginia, like we did keep possession of the ball. We weren't as much of a like kick and run type of team.
Cool.
But like it was nothing like
What it
in
is
New
up
York
here.
City. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a certain type of patience that comes with even trying to play on the floor too. Some teams, when they get frustrated at some point, we're just booming it. Like we don't have the patience to sit and wait.
Yeah. Pass it out through the back. Like
It's the patience that breaks down the teams too, because you can't do possession without the patience.
Yeah.
Then you're not getting anywhere. Honestly, you're just gonna be side to side and lose the ball.
yeah.
It's a fact.
And it's like that comfort on the ball too. Like I think that something that is really beautiful about New York is that like diversity that we have here. There's so many different cultures that feed the culture of football in New York City.
Yeah.
So that culture is much more like I love the ball. Like I will like I grew up like dribbling the ball down the sidewalk to
Of
school.
course. Hey,
Yeah.
man, that's
Like,
fire.
But no one else that I went to college with did that. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't in their culture. It wasn't in their like where they grew up. They would like they were growing up in the suburbs or whatever. And so it was different. And that love, that passion that like comes from countries that have football in their blood, like that you can feel that here in New York. And so that's different.
Amen.
For real.
I'm New York biased as well, so keep on.
Yeah,
I'll affirm you.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Keep the ball on the floor.
That's great.
And with the World Cup coming here to the US next year, how do you think that's gonna impact the
Oh my
culture?
God.
Yeah.
I hope it's gonna be incredibly impactful.
Yeah.
I think like, and there's no reason why these stadiums shouldn't be selling out. Like if they're selling out for American football, they should sell out for football. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that it's going to be huge for just like making people excited about the game, because I think part of the reason why it hasn't gotten as big as it could is because like it's been less accessible. It's like the game across the ocean. You know what I mean? And I
That
think
is the
people
perspective,
are working really hard to bring it here and make it the game here, because it can be, but it just takes time.
Yeah.
No, that's a fact.
I have a question too, and like whoever wants to answer, but I definitely want to like start with you. But I know you spoke a little bit about like being a part of the first professional women's soccer team, like in the city, and then also just like not having a lot of opportunities like for club ball, like in the city when you were growing up. Like, what are some things that you hope to see in like women's footy, like going forward from here on out, like during your time and beyond?
A pipeline to the professional game, like a true pathway from U6 to straight into the professional team. I think that academy system is something that's very present in Europe, and something that I saw that was clearly very successful when I was over there, and that created this culture of football that like it's like a part of your community. Whereas like here, like it was like you had school and you had football, like, and it was completely separate, you know, like you guys know.
Yep.
And so what I really want to see, and I hope that this new league and just more opportunities provides, is like a true pathway from youth all the way up to the professional game, so that you can have players that are 6 years old playing for U6 Brooklyn FC that one day end up playing for Brooklyn FC, like on the professional squad.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to answer this question now, but like, do you like, are there any like tangible steps that you could think of? I don't know, that like we could be working towards now for that. Like maybe not us specifically, but like what would that look like? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think
that's the question
I
that
think
everybody's trying to solve. For
I think it's
men
an
and
investment,
women's.
to be honest.
Yeah.
Like if someone decides to put the money into, hey, we're starting a pipeline of Bkfc from U6 to U21 to get you to the professional team, and we're gonna pay to have the players, and like I think it's investment in deciding to create that structure, honestly.
Yeah.
I think even, you know, to be able to see investment, you need to have the vision to see the return on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people need to see like, oh, it's worth it to not only have people who could grow through a system, but it creates even a home culture of like, listen, if somebody grew up playing with Brooklyn FC, like you said, from U6, the Brooklyn FC crowd will support them differently. They'll have tangible connections to the community. And then you grow a culture of which football and just life, like you said, it's detached, but it's one and one because you know a bunch of people playing for the team. You want to support them.
Think about Trent and Liverpool, and now obviously there's some drama with him about to go to Real Madrid. But the reason that some of the fans are hurt, no, I mean for real, is because he's the kid from Liverpool, grew up there, entire youth system, won the Champions League. You can't create that if you don't have the pipeline for the local kids to get to the pro team.
That's why Rashford left.
Rashford's another great example. Reece
Yeah.
James, all the Chelsea boys are your team too. Like that creates just such a moment for the fans, for the players. Yeah. So I mean, I think investment is one of the biggest things.
And it's weird because we're in a time where like the government's trying to tear apart like the Department of Education. Like school is clearly not like an emphasized thing. Yeah. So it's like the other option is sports. Right. So like let's just up the sports. Like if we're saying fuck the books. You know.
Listen, I learned most of what I know about life on the pitch.
That's real.
Hey, man.
That's a bar.
That's
a bar
That's
right
a bar.
there.
It's a fact. It's true.
Yeah.
That's real,
man.
How do you think about the current marketing of women's soccer in America? Do you like what it's at? Do you think it could be doing better? Obviously, the WNBA boomed crazy last year. I'm personally a Liberty fan. I've been to like 6-7 games. I've been to playoff games. They sell out Barclays. It's full. You see, it just has this intense environment that feels like a Knicks game. So I'm just kind of curious your thoughts on like the marketing of women's soccer, if you think there's anything lacking there to kind of get to the WNBA. I think is a great example for what other women's team sports in America can follow.
Yeah, I think the WNBA is huge as an example.
Yeah.
I think that they've done, like in women's soccer, they've done a great job because it has boomed in the last bunch of years. Crazy.
Especially the national team. They're going crazy.
Yeah.
They're at a whole nother level.
And even the NWSL, the difference between now and like 4 years ago is crazy.
Shout out Gotham in the back. We got right
Bro.
there. For sure.
It's been crazy to see.
Yeah.
Bro.
But what I think that the WNBA has done and what people, more importantly fans, have gotten behind in the WNBA is that like being involved and excited about women's sports is not like a charity thing. Like, oh, you should do this. Like you just do it because it's exciting, because the game is good, because the quality is there, because the athletes are badass. And you just show up and support them. Like the same way that you would show up and support a quality Fire men's team. Like it's just quality sports in your city, you know? And so I think that women's soccer has this aura, which is wonderful and true, of like, I bring my kids to the game. It's family oriented.
I was just about to say that.
All this. And like, I want that. And I want the screaming fan section with the flares and everything. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's exciting. Like, we're hitting dingers.
Yeah. That's one of the biggest differences. Like, a Liberty game really feels like a Knicks game. It's not childish. It's intense. People are cussing at the ref. Like, it has the pressure and intensity of just the top level sports level. You know what I mean? And I feel like sometimes with women's soccer, that or you said is facts, it feels kind of not childish, but it does feel like I'm bringing my kids to the game.
Family friendly.
Family friendly. It can kind of infantilize, I don't know if that's the right word, the women on the pitch who are as intense as those intense fans, but it's always not welcoming to the intense fans, which I think is what's needed. You know what I mean? Because we talk about the passion of European footy. You can't have that here if you don't have the intensity in the fan base. So that's something I've definitely noticed as a difference.
That's a good shot. I haven't really thought about that in terms of
I think they lean a little bit more into the personality of the players. When you think about Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark and even just that type of marketing too of the individualism of the players, I think could be a little bit better.
The marketing that you mentioned specifically with those two bowlers too is the competition. Yeah. If you want to make something seem less family friendly, you're going to have to really highlight the points.
It's
when
the storyline.
Sam stops a winger and the winger is cussing at Sam and Sam's looking at him like, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Right. And a lot of times the camera gets shut off.
You know, and it's like, listen, like that's really the heart of the game. There's a lot of heart that people I don't think see with, you know, the game. Yeah. Even growing up, you hear things about football like, oh, it's soft, this and that.
It's not.
Bro, people do whatever in the corner kick.
Yeah.
You need to show people do it in the corner kick, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
it's just reminding me, but we were at the first game that was at Columbia, the first Brooklyn game that was at the Columbia field. You were there, right?
Of course.
With Seb, I think you missed it.
I think I was traveling or something.
But I just
they scored a banger then too.
They scored a banger, and somebody like I don't remember who it was, but somebody on Brooklyn broke somebody's ankle crazy in the corner. Do you remember that,
bro?
It was like towards the end of the game. Yeah, but like
it was probably Luana.
Maybe, but
I don't remember. But
I just remember that shit was crazy, and I was like, she probably talking mad shit right now.
And that's the
she
thing.
was on the floor, bro. Do you remember?
No, I remember the moment, but I don't remember who it was.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I feel like it was further on the other side. We're actually closer to you.
Yeah, facts.
Because you knew you played on the right.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, and that's the thing, like players at like in women's soccer, like we have personality, we have flair, we have fire when we play. And I think that it's obviously easier to see in women's basketball because it's 5. Like there's 5 of them. It's a smaller pitch. It's like a more like
it's
tight
like zoomed
environment.
in.
Yeah. Whereas like in soccer, it's like it's big, like it's like kind of expansive.
Yeah.
But
That's a good point.
like you can zoom in on those players and like see that fire, and like they do that in the men's game.
Yeah.
You know, like if they didn't, we wouldn't have seen Zinedine Zidane's
Yeah,
headbutt.
for
You
sure.
feel me? Like,
Yeah.
and I think they're starting to show that fire, but it's like, and don't get me wrong, like having kids at the game is the whole point.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because you want that next generation to see that. But you also want that next generation to see that like you can make a crazy slide tackle, get up and cheer for yourself.
Yeah.
Like beat your own chest and be like, hell yeah, like I just made that tackle.
It's a fact. It's a fact.
Yeah.
It's a
You know?
fact.
Yeah.
Nah, for sure. Bro, I like when defenders get hyped because people forget
Yeah,
it. Each
for
time it's
sure.
a win, it's a win.
That's why I
bro.
said, would
Like,
you rather stop a goal or score a goal?
yeah,
You know what I mean?
bro,
It's equally,
a-
it counts
bro,
equally.
It's a win, bro. It's like a block. People don't
Yeah,
see it like
facts.
a block.
Yeah.
No.
Nike Women just had the recent advertisement that features some women footballers and as well as WNBA players. And it's like, no matter what you do, you can't win. So win. So that kind of showed like the intensity. And I think it takes that level of marketing to get
Yeah.
behind them. But it's going to get there for sure.
Yeah.
It's going to get there.
I think
100%.
so.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
Yeah.
be here if it wasn't.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a fact, man.
And we got to talk about the Players Network that
Yup.
you started,
Shout
going
out.
crazy with that. So you
Congrats,
definitely wanna-
congrats.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
Congratulations
Yeah.
on it.
So for y'all that don't know, the Players Network is an organization that myself and my 2 co-founders, Bree Reed and Gabby Cuevas, 2 fellow ballers from the Jersey area, started to just connect, protect, and empower women's footballers all over the world with the connections and knowledge that they need to be able to pursue their professional careers like with more like of onus, essentially. A lot of times players go into this being like, I just want to play, and it's like a gratitude thing, and then they get screwed. And then they end up taking $1,000 on a contract and no housing, and their agent is taking 20%, and it's like, whoa,
Yeah.
like it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, and like we're professional athletes here at the end of the day. Like, yes, maybe those profit margins aren't the same as the men's game, but like we still need to be finding professionalized opportunities that are paying us equitably. And so we created this for players to be able to share their experiences, their stories, their information, their connections to find good opportunities with people and clubs that are actually providing that. And it's just kind of grown. So it's like a huge community now. We got almost 500 people in that.
Amazing.
And we're having a combine this summer, the first
Hey.
ever. Yep,
Let's clap it up for that. That's tough. I love it.
It's going to be the first ever player-led women's professional soccer combine in history.
Wow.
fire,
bro.
That's a bar too. Shit.
That's
Like,
I'm not
huge.
gonna
it's
lie.
incredible.
Bro, for the people that hear that, you know what I'm saying, and they want to contribute, let them know how they can support.
Or join.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You can join. If you're a player, you can apply. We're picking 60 elite players to be a part of it. We want every coach, sporting director, agent that wants to be a part of it. You can join and be there either in person or virtually. If you want to invest in it, if you want to sponsor us, if you want to partner with us on it, email us at theplayersnetwork23@gmail.com. But we just want like an essence of like excitement around the women's game at this event. So like literally anybody that wants to be a part of it, like we want you there because if you're going to bring that energy, like bring it.
Yeah.
You know? Y'all should come.
I was just about to say,
Yeah,
we
nah,
need some media.
Right.
Yeah.
No, and we do.
We in there. We'll pod live from the pitch.
That'd be lit.
Commentate. Nah, that'd be a little too. We can't commentate. It's too serious for that. But
I mean, it could
A
be fun.
combine
Hey, man.
commentating. If I myself, be like,
nah,
bro,
the combine.
I'm
That's
over
crazy.
here trying to show
Commentators is
scouts.
crazy.
Your
And then
influence,
Kendrick
your
talking about you
influence,
getting
bro.
dropped.
Don't influence the scouts, bro. Don't influence the scouts.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Nah,
Nah,
but-
we definitely want to hear more about that from you, though. We should
That'd be
definitely
fire.
connect. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Mm.
It's amazing.
And I think like it's really important work. And I think that point you made about like gratitude is really important, or like players coming from the position of like just being grateful to be here. Cause I think that's like a big cultural thing too. Like depending on the culture you come from, you're kind of taught to just be like grateful for whatever opportunity and not really like advocate for yourself. Cause you're like, I'll just take whatever blessings I can get versus like, nah, like this is a blessing. I should be grateful, but like I also need to know how to like get what I'm worth.
Right.
So, and like, some people come from cultures where like they're taught like, taught their worth in a certain way, taught to go after that. But some people just don't really get that from a young age. So it's like, it's just amazing work to be like emphasizing that aspect and like putting people on in that way. So kudos to you for sure.
You just spit a bar though.
Yeah.
That was fire.
No, it's real. It's real.
It's facts because like those two things can exist at the same time.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yeah. Nah, thank you.
It's good shit. Is there a location for the
It
combine?
will be in Richmond, Virginia.
Okay.
So DMV area.
Yeah.
It's gonna be held at UKFC at a facility there. So
Okay,
it's gonna be dope.
Fire. No, absolutely. We're definitely going to be there in some capacity.
Hell
That's
yeah.
amazing. It's amazing.
Love that.
Yeah.
Any last words of advice or inspiration to the younger gen, people who want to get to where you are, that you could pass over to them?
Bring people with you. I think like I think specifically thinking about the Players Network, like that's top of mind right now. Like I'm experiencing so much like fulfillment at this moment in my career right now, playing with Brooklyn, as like being from New York City and like having the Players Network be where it is right now. Like it's because I've like been bringing people along with me and I've centered community in all of that and staying true to my roots. So I think like don't try and do shit alone.
Yeah,
like
that's real.
just bring your people with you. Like y'all are doing the exact
literally,
same thing.
The horizontal networking and just that sense of gratitude as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Fire.
What about y'all? I want some advice.
I mean, ask away. What's up? Like,
you ready for I'm ready to chat, man, son.
In terms of what? In terms of what?
Like if you had one little bar of advice for me or for like other people that are looking to step into making a difference in football.
Shit.
Yeah,
You
man.
want to start, Gabe?
I feel like it depends what lens. Like from a content.
Whatever lens you want.
Yeah. That's very interesting.
I mean, I think something we say often is like know your why.
Yeah.
Like
Your purpose for
you
real.
got to know why you're doing what you're doing. You can't just like go into it like blind or doing it like for just like disingenuous reasons. Because when things get hard or things get frustrating or you start getting no's or things get fucked up, like it'll be really easy to just quit or just like like crash out because it's like you didn't know your why or you didn't have a strong why or you had a why that was just like not founded in like your values. And so like I think for all of us it's like things get really hard, we get super busy, we get overwhelmed, like but we kind of know like the vision, we know our why, we know why we're doing this, and so it's like you just keep going.
Yeah.
So I think that's really important.
I love that.
Yeah, I definitely echo that. And I would also say find the intersection of what you're passionate about where your skill set lies to be able to be as impactful in your passion as you possibly can.
Yeah.
So when it comes to, contributing to growing soccer in America, just find out what that is for you. Maybe that's going to be on the content side. Maybe you're a photographer or a videographer.
Yeah.
Maybe you're a player.
Yeah.
Maybe you're somebody who works in finance, has a bunch of money and wants to invest in a local team. So find your passion, find your skill set, match them together. And I think from there you can definitely help a lot.
Yeah.
That's a bar.
I would say with football or just anything in general, like when you're looking to try and like deliver, create an output, whether it's on the pitch, off the pitch, create a platform, like keep in mind that like the most important thing is, I guess, self-improvement. You know what I mean? Like people put a lot of pressure on themselves and like, I need to perform this match, need to perform this game, or like I'm creating a team that I really want to do well, Brooklyn FC. At the end of the day, everything that you go about, you're getting better each time. And that's a way to like, I feel like it lowers the pressure and keeps it like everything in frame. You know what I mean? So just keep on producing that way.
That's our philosophy right now. Like at this point in the season, it's just 1% better every day.
Yeah.
There you go.
Love it.
Period.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. Well, best of luck for the rest of the season. Really appreciate you coming on, and we'll definitely have to have you back sometime soon.
Thank you guys. This is awesome. I love what you're doing, and
Nah,
I love y'all's
appreciate
vibes. So
I appreciate
Of course,
it.
of
Thank you so
course.
much.
Nah, for
All right,
sure.
y'all. Episode 81.
Peace.